where the people is concerned. You know, social programs and all these things have you, right? The term military-industrial complex was first used by President Dwight D. Eisenhower, right? In his farewell address on January 17, 1961, Eisenhower warned that the United States must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex, right? Because these elites, they always push America to always go and invade this one, invade that one, fight against this one, fight against that one, in order for their pockets to always be fat. You understand what I'm showing you?
America is their military might.
Right? So their pockets could always be fat. The more America is in war, is the more contracts that these elites will be getting. Right?
Even just I'd ask, because the more America in war, right? When America go and invade a country, right? What they do, they take control. Right? They take control of the resources.
Okay, so I can just say something we're saying it, and it's not even really America at war. It's really the elites at war. Because remember, America is the military hand.
Yeah, but
so all the dirty works, America does do it.
Because even just to add, I listen. I think when I read an article, I listen to news where Trump said if it is to take the U.S. soldiers out of Iraq, he will be handing over the country
to the Iranians and Russians.
To the Iraqi government.
To the Iraqi government.
To the Iraqi government.
So which means
they control everything.
In Iraq.
For him to say that, hey, if we take our soldiers, we will be handing back over the nations to them. Right? Which means they will have no say over the resources.
Right? Right, must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence by the military-industrial complex, which included members of Congress from districts dependent on military industries, right? Because some in these governmental individuals, they also have a hand in the military-industrial complex, right? In the sense of they're rubbing shoulders with the ones who providing the equipment and whatnot. So those who providing the equipment, they could always persuade the ones who they have in power in the government to always grant them make sure that they always be the first to be granted contracts, right? The Department of Defense, along with the military service and privately owned military contractors such as Boeing, Lockheed Martin, they are the ones that make all the they are the ones that they specialize in making drones, fighter jets, aircraft carriers, bombers, right? The B-2 stealth bomber. I think it's Lockheed Martin that make the B-2 stealth bomber, right? Then you had the B-2, you had the B-52, and you had the B-1 bombers, right? And all the the helicopters and whatnot, whether it be the Black Hawk or the Huey or the Apache, right? Northrop Grumman, right? To name a few, are these military contractors. Eisenhower believed that the military-industrial complex tended to promote policies that might not be in the country's best interest. Because why? You know, with these elites at the helm, they will always be pushing for America to be in war so that they could always have the pockets fat. Their pockets will always be fat. Because all these wars, it goes straight back not only to these military contractors, but the spearhead is these bankers Because all wars is bankers' wars.
That's right.
All wars is funded by the bankers. It is funded by the Rothschild. It is funded by the Bilderbergers. It is funded by the Rockefellers. It is funded by the DuPonts. It is funded by all these elites. Can those? Yeah. Can. And who are the bankers elites? Esau Edom. Who is Esau Edom? Those so-called Caucasians. Who is the so-called Caucasians? The so-called white man that the devil in the Bible speaks about.
Bring it out, huh? Bring it out.
These are the ones that provide the uniforms, the bullets, the cartridges to hold the bullets, the guns, the tanks. These are the ones, the Humvees, the armored vehicles, the armored carriers, the naval carriers, the cruisers, the submarines, the F-14, the F-16, the F-15, the F-35. All wars is bankers' wars.
Bring it out, huh?
And best believe, not only that, there's going to be implementing the chip into all military personnel.
That's right.
And
Somebody give me Revelation 13.
there's going to be implementing that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, to all military personnel. From the army, the coast guard, the police force, the fire service, all military personnel will be chipped, and the chip is coming right into Trinidad.
That's right, huh?
Don't feel Trinidad going and get away.
Because that was Section 34 was all about.
And Vision 2020.
And that Vision 2020.
That's not, let me finish here. Eisenhower believed that the military-industrial complex tended to promote policies that might not be in the country's best interest, such as participation in the nuclear arms race, right? And he feared that its growing influence, if left unchecked, could undermine American diplomacy, right? Although Eisenhower is credited with the phrase, and many scholars regarded the phenomenon as new elements of the domestic and international military-industrial complex, predates his landmark address. Military forces have been funded, listen this, military forces have been funded overwhelmingly by national governments, which historically have been the target of lobbying efforts by bureaucrats in national military-related ministry, right? By legislators, who make the legislators is the one that make the laws,
Call them Jacunian laws.
right? For districts containing military bases or major military manufacturing plants.
And with that,
Them know what we talking about.
and with that, the devil got to go.
Them know we don't get it twisted enough. Them know what we talking about. Them listening. We have start talking loud so far.
You were shipping the system. You were shipping the police, huh?
Yeah. Because they know
When they get to realize now, these brothers are deciding no walk in the park.
right? And bureaucrats in military-related ministries by legislators from districts containing military bases or major military manufacturing plants, and by representatives of private firms involved in the production of weapons and munitions. Because the goals and interests of these various actors broadly coincide, they tend to support each other's activities and to form mutually beneficial relationships. And I will stop it from this.
Somebody give me Malachi 1 now. Anybody have it? Give it.
Malachi 1, anybody have it?
Yeah, no problem. We want to go. Come on, let's go.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1.
Well,
The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
he said the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by who? By Malachi. Malachi was the prophet of God. Malachi. The word Malachi represents what? The angel of the Lord is the angel of the Lord. Read.
I have loved you, saith the Lord.
They say the Lord saying, but I have loved Israel. Israel, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Read.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
He said, but yet we say to the Lord, wherein, Lord, hast thou loved us? Read.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother,
He said, wasn't Esau Jacob's brother?
saith the Lord?
Pull back here.
Yet I love Jacob.
He said, yet I love who?
Yet I love Jacob.
Well,
And I hated Esau.
and you see the reason why God hated Esau? And you see the calamity that he is about to bring down on Esau, Edom? Read that.
And laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
He said, and he laid his mountain and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And all you nations going in slavery, every one of you, God, the Lord going to put in slavery, talk to every Lord. Every one of you, slavery awaits you all. With the coming Messiah, the house shall not stand.
That's right.
Go down and take more.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished.
Right, where Edom say we are what?
Impoverished.
We are impoverished or in poverty. Read.
But we will return and build the desolate places.
But they had a prophecy too. They said, but we're going to return and build up the desolate places. What do you Lord say?
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build,
The Lord said the prophecy will come to pass. They're going to build,
but I will throw down.
but I'm going to throw down. Thus says the Lord. So this is a time you have to draw your faith in now. If your faith was never drawn in that strong, this year is the time. You have to draw your faith in strong with the Lord, because we live in a time anything is possible. Anything can happen in this year right now. Anything. The year of prophecy. Bring it out.
Yeah, this is Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 21.
Where?
He said, and I will call for a sword against him.
And I will what?
Call for a sword against him
Lord shall call for a sword against who? Esau, Edom. Where?
throughout all my mountains.
Throughout all my mountains. Mountains represent the men of the Lord and the angels of the Lord. Read.
Said Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai?
Where?
Every man's sword shall be against his brother.
He said every man's sword shall be what?
Against his brother.
And all nations going to come up against Esau, Edom, and one another. Because the Lord said he's going to what? Judge them one another and separate them one from another.
He said, I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood.
He said I'm going to plead against them with what? With pestilence and with what? With blood. What is the pestilence? Those ICBM bombs. Those are the pestilence.
And I will rain upon him and upon his bands.
He said I'm going to rain upon him and rain upon what?
His bands.
His bands represent his armies. Read.
And upon the many people that are with him.
And upon all the nations that are alive with him, the Lord said I'm going to rain upon them.
An overflowing rain.
He said what? An overflowing rain. Those overflowing rain, those amount of missiles coming down like rain.
He said,
and
great
down in America.
And great hailstones, fire and brimstone.
Well,
he said, thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself.
And the Lord said that day the Lord will be magnified and praised. Yeah, you see, Lord said I will magnify myself. The word magnify to make large.
Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself.
He said, thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself. Read.
And I will be known in the eyes of many nations.
He said, I, the Lord power of Israel, is going to be known what? In the eyes of many nations. Well,
and they shall know that I am Yahweh.
And they shall know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the true and living power.
Yes.
And stop with your false God worshiping. Bring it out, sir.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 14.
Yeah.
I had heard a rumor from Yahweh.
He said, just like in Obadiah, the same rumor, I've heard a rumor from the Lord.
And an ambassador is sent unto the heathen.
And a what?
An ambassador is sent unto the heathen.
An ambassador is sent upon the heathen. That is the ambassador is the president of Egypt. Back in the 60s.
unto the heathen, saying,
I love you, brothers.
gather ye together and come against her,
He said, gather ye together and what?
and come against her.
He said, but gather ye together and what? And come against who? America. Come
God.
against her.
Can,
With a destroying wind. The destroying wind represent what? Those ICBMs.
can,
They can't wait to launch off.
can.
See? The cops was here a while back when they see the fire turn on and then they'll go.
Yeah.
And with that, the devil got to go.
Can.
Read.
He said, and come against her and rise up to the battle.
And rise, he said, come against her and what? And rise up to the battle. So now to take men like we don't from the street, as I mentioned that, to take men like we don't from the street, they're going to have to put a law in legislation in place for that now. No more street preaching. Anybody preaching hate and they catch you on the street, they're going to lock we down. That is coming soon this year. Remember this year, that is coming.
I think one of the brothers that put it up.
Yeah, concerning Faris Alwari, remember you're saying they're going to implement 10 new laws into the system and Trinidad will be the same again.
Yeah, like we.
And yeah, can because
Like us, like we won't be in the street.
because they're saying that they had to bring Trinidad up to the standard of America.
What?
Up to the standard of America.
No, what? Give me another word for that. Hold on, let me see who brother's thinking here. Give me another new word for that. What? Well, you going close. Let me hear it.
One word order, boy.
New word.
Order.
Why? That's not what I tell you. Why? Trinidad and Tobago is a part of the UN. Right? We are part of the
Yeah.
We are part of the UN. I done grow past that time a long time out. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, Trinidad and Tobago is part of the UN. You know? So by us being part of the UN, and on top of that, we are strong allies with the American government. You know, we have to do as America say, because number one, we do not have a military that could stand against even one battalion of the American army.
Even they said, we don't have an army. We have a regiment.
We have a regiment, right?
And these niggas ain't trained like
And
that.
they're not trained like that. And they're not battle hardened, right? They never seen combat.
All they know to do is go up in Lavender and Harris Jakes up there.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we have plenty natural resources, God. You know? But we the soldiers them they're not battle hardened, they never seen combat. You know? They don't know They don't know where his tracer wrongs to be passing by the head, whistling by the head. They don't know where is that. They don't know where is that artillery wrong to drop close back to drop right by the foot. You know? They don't know where it's for enemy. Because it's one thing to be shooting at a target. To shooting at a target and hitting it at a paper target or a piece of cardboard, right? But the reality of it is that cardboard, it don't shoot back at you.
There's someone that's in a nutshell, right? Because basically what we regiment are accustomed to is what? Little niggas running around with guns shooting back at them, right? They're not accustomed to train military men
And yeah, they were fighting against them.
in battle. Right? They're not accustomed to that.
They ain't what I smoke.
They don't know these little jakes running around with guns. They don't even know how to shoot properly.
They holding the gun side, they holding the gun sideways and busting bum.
And running like this.
Yeah, you understand? The other day I'm taking so I can hold it a little bit. I'm taking an alkaline video.
Check on the...
I'm taking an alkaline video and I'm like alkaline are undercover police. Any team and they didn't know now, boy. So when they gotta find out now and they start to run them down, whatnot so forth, he run down in a big train now, boy, a big train. And a million and one gunman and a couple of them at AR-15 and whatnot. And they saw they busting the AR-15. Quite up, yes sir, and they push it. That's how they busting the gun. Come on. They're supposed to have a stance. stuck between shoulder and chest.
Just to add on that, boy, I was watching a video on YouTube, but Esau went into Iran or one of them countries, Iran or Iraq, one of them countries, and Esau was there was top target up in the mountain was shooting them, they couldn't even see. The target was so far they couldn't even see. You understand? And Esau that's calculated where this man is and how far he is, because how far the bullet land. And Esau ended up shooting the target from, and he couldn't even see him. So this army what we have here, and this regiment what we have here, and saying shit compared to the men and them who blessed with that sword.
They didn't want to smoke. They didn't want to smoke.
Right? But when you watch, right? Hey, Jake just love to cook. Jake just love to cook. Right? But when you go up on Facebook and you see these different clumps, wet and all these mad fucking men that do these idiots. Right? He's so training. They what? They preparing for war. Why Jake going party? Right? Carnival right around the corner.
Wine in season.
Right? When you all partying and you all sleeping, they're passing laws and legislation to oppress all you.
That's right.
Where they are?
Finish
Finish off my scripture here. Jeremiah 49 and 15. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen.
For lo, I will make you what?
I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart. O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill.
That holdest the what?
The height of the hill.
Yeah, because the might dwell on high, right? They like the tall building and thing, right? Well,
though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle.
Yeah, though you set your satellite in the heavens,
right? As high as the eagle, I will bring thee down thence.
But Lord said, all that I'm going to bring down. All that going to come to perpetual end.
And that nest going back to the bunkers, right? The bunkers that they're building in the cliffs, in the rocks, right? These bunkers that they're trying to build to go out of space. The Most High say what? He will bring it down.
This is the book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. It says, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. It says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
And that's Esau Edom right there, you know. You know, he did tell treacherously with us, the Israelites, you understand? He's a wicked man, you understand what I'm saying?
Before you bring your next piece of I want you to back here. This says Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. Bring it out. No. Good. You bring it out. Salaki.
It says, the book of Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. He said, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. He said, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Oh what?
O daughter of the Chaldeans.
Sit in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. Right? The great whore. Right?
He said, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Right, America will no more be the place that say
Make America great again.
Make America
They say the land of opportunity.
The land of opportunity. It will not be the land of opportunity anymore.
The American,
right?
no more American dream.
No American dream.
No more American
say what that every man shall return to his own land. Right? When the economy fall and because right now when in certain states, right? There's already martial law.
And Salakia, you hear that statement in your rules, everybody shall return to their own land. And you really check it out. What it mean by everybody returning to the own land? Everybody returning to the rightful place. To the rightful place. That's what really going on, eh? You understand what I'm saying?
I understand because, Salakia, even so, like, we on point because we're going on right now. We're going on in Iraq. America had a flip from Iraq. So that doesn't show you that all who win, like, say, America in all these other nations, when war started take place, all the allies who started go against Esau, Esau got to come up from our land and go back straight to him. Simple like China. All the Chinese in America had to go back straight to China. Because why? You're going to be paying them to death. So why? Yeah.
Russia.
Everybody, all the other nations. I'm going back straight to the nation.
Even the people that leave the country to go in America and build a dream. Right?
Yeah.
They are not will leave. America could only stand because the amount of immigration that they have, the amount of people that leave the land to go across there and they work. You know, it has some people that work 3 and 4 jobs. Right? When they leave, it will collapse. Because you hardly have any of this stuff. The grinding will slow. Right? Meaning work will slow up. So people start to leave to go back to the land.
And when you say it's true, because it was built on slavery, America was built on slavery originally. You understand? So the same way that they take people from the land to come and work for America and build up the economy, the same way they need immigrants up to now. You understand?
And even just to add, because I was watching a documentary, I think it was in 1930s, right? Or it was right after the World War II, right? When America started building up suburbs, you understand, with the house and they say house was cheap.
You see that you're going continuous.
Yeah, house was cheap to get, right? That's when America was nice, right?
It was nice for who? For the Edomites, because
yeah, go ahead.
Because when they was doing that, I don't know if you know, it has something called redlining. Right? Now, redlining, I'm glad you are the forefront. You will be able to give you will be able to expound a little more financially wise, right? Because redlining was something that what they was doing. With all those suburbs that they was building, right? They was putting, notice what they was doing. They was putting jakes in all the rundown communities. Right?
All the projects.
All right, the so-called projects and whatnot, right? And they would build up the suburbs for themselves. Right? They will build up the suburbs for themselves. And the thing about it is, if Jake wants to get out of the deplorable state of where he living and try to go and get a loan, he will not be able to get a loan. To say he could, alright, he could go and live amongst the Edomites and live in the suburbs because of that redlining. They would naturally see where they go when they're making up, when they're drawing up the plans, the city plans, and making the malls and housing areas and whatnot, so forth, right? They will put like a red line within the plan, within the sheet of the plan, right? This is for we, and this here is for the niggas.
No, but even just a hard because when we talk about the suburbs, you know it was the Edomites, because they don't press Jake, they wouldn't put Jake in Valsay or a fancy place to live, right? But more or less, they was making it, more or less, they was making it so that that people would gravitate, right? They would gravitate to America because it was known as what? It was known as the American land opportunity, right? We could have come and live life like a dream.
Because because well, you know for a fact I should have loans and things. You understand? Because with your portfolio, you understand? We could not, we wasn't able to get loans. You know, we wasn't able to get loans to uplift ourselves, to start up a business and whatnot, so forth. Alright, to say, even to get a loan to say, well, we can start a business in our own deplorable communities. We wasn't getting that. Right? Everything was for the so-called white man. Then you know,
what you saying is true, because at the end of the day, there's a certain kind of stereotype and what's going on, you understand what I'm saying? And even the value of the properties in them areas was very low. So you know when you're going for a loan, you gotta do a TDSR, right?
Right.
And the value of your property, you gotta go against your assets and your liabilities and balance off, right?
Right.
Assets must be greater than your liabilities.
Right.
So they strategically place you in that place where your value is low. So you can't get the loan you want. Right?
Because you can't be able to pay back the loan.
You might even get a loan.
Right.
Because your ratio will be too high. Right? Your debt ratio might be too high. Right?
Yeah.
Everything designed to keep Jake down. Right? Everything designed to keep us destroyed.
And you niggas just love to be in the position that you all in. You all don't want to wake up. You all want to continue. You all want to continue to trust in the system, when the system was just designed to keep you in a deplorable state, to keep you so low that you always must depend on the system. Because look for instance, for student loans, right? That red line, it wasn't only going into housing. That redlining was also going into student loans and all these things.
That's right.
You know, you want to go to college to get the white man education, to get the white man, well, I should say Edomite Salakia, right? To get the Edomite degree and whatnot, so forth, right? You can't. And the next thing too, what was buying Jake from getting loans? There is something called the selection service, right? Where every male, because I'm going into the draft, the military draft, right? Every male between the ages of 18 to 26, they have to go and sign up, right? For the selective server, selective. And if we don't sign up for that, if you take loans and whatnot, you will be barred from getting loans. Whether it be for education or for living.
That's right, because at the end of the day, any service, whether it be soldiers, whether it be police, you know, they get loans preferably than anybody else.
Can.
Right? So it's about serving the system.
Yeah, they will get loans. Yeah, because
serving the system.
Because look, my cousin is a police. And in Tutus, he get NHA house.
Right.
When it have people for decades, the name on our list and they can't get NHA house. You understand? Because why? Once you're in the system and you working for the system and pushing for the system, you understand? Because the system our way, it's for those who for the system. And those who for the system, they will be the first in line to always agree with whatever the system put.
That's right.
I have a precept for you there. This is Revelation 18 verse